Good evening, good evening, good evening. Again, today is still Saturday, June 28, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I'm about to talk about something that I'm sure you all have noticed, or know probably. I'm not telling you something you haven't figured out yourself and noticed, paid attention to. You probably, yeah, big what I've been noticed that, man. And I hear a lot of people say they don't use it. They stay off of it. They stay out the way. They don't mess with it. This world is a disaster right now. We've always had problems in life, in the world. This ain't, our problems ain't nothing new. Always had poverty, always had poor people, you always had crime, you always had sickness, you always had disease, so forth and so on. Most of the problem we're dealing with ain't nothing new. Always been evil, there's always been wickedness since the beginning of time. Nothing special about that. But there's something different about our day and age dealing with this stuff. There's something different about our time that makes this era we living in worse than any other era in history, in my opinion. This new era we living in my opinion, is worse than any other era in human history. Because throughout every other generation, every other era, the medieval times, the caveman days, the Wild Wild West, where you could just shoot somebody for calling you a coward. And, even during those days, as bad as it was, slavery, the Civil War, all the stuff we had throughout the world. I'm not saying we are having worse times than slavery, than what the slaves went through. We have worse people than were back then. The people, the type of people, are worse than any other people in the history of mankind, even slave masters. Believe it or not, slavery was atrocious, but it was a part of the human existence at that time. It was a way of life more than anything else. It was a part of human life and survival more than anything else. But what we're dealing with now is based out of just pure hate, evil, wickedness. Slavery was a bad thing, horrible. But the reason behind slavery is what we're dealing with. On an elevated, amplified scale, to where I say the people of today are even worse than the slave master. The slave master would own slaves. That's horrible. That's a horrible man. But as horrible as he is, you couldn't pay him to unalive his own mom, his own sister. Whoever he called his friend, he was a friend to him. Even though he didn't care nothing about the people that he got out there in the field treating them like animals, even a person that low would not unalive his own mom like people are doing today. That's what I mean when the people of today are even worse than a slave master. And you know how horrible he was. Even he wouldn't stoop as low as people will stoop nowadays. The slave master is one of the worst human beings to ever walk the planet. And he wouldn't stoop as low as people nowadays. He wouldn't sell crack to his mom. But people today will, and I know some that sold that stuff to their own mama He wouldn't sell it to his son. But I know people nowadays would sell it to their own son. He would not teach his son how to get high. He would not get high with his son. People today will. And there's something that we're dealing with now that made us more wicked than any other era of human beings. The goddamn internet. Social media, which is part of the internet, which was intended, I guess, to be a good thing, it ended up being the beast. I think the internet is the beast that the Bible talks about, not an actual dragon coming out the ocean with horns and stuff. I think it symbolizes something else. Or if it ain't the beast, it's the mark of the beast, the internet. Because without this internet, you can't buy, sell, or trade. You need this to do all that. Your money is in a bank that you need a card to stick in a machine to get it out. The internet. You can't buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast. And right now, we can't do none of that without the internet. Think about it. Don't let this go over your head. In the Bible, it says if you don't receive the mark, and we were on here thinking about it going to be something on our hand or a chip or whatever, we already received the mark. We all have to repent. Even you so-called Christians that sit here looking at me on this thing here, you have received the mark. If you got a debit card in your pocket, you have received the mark of the beast. This is just my observation. You can believe what you want to believe. It's just another way, another perspective. But I'm noticing how wicked it is. And I'm asking because it went into the decline like overnight. I remember BI before internet, how the world was. It wasn't nothing like this. And that wasn't but a few short years ago. It used to take centuries to see a drastic change in how mankind and how the world acted. This world shifted from the days when I grew up to what we got now in the matter like overnight. I grew up where you could leave your doors open at night in your neighborhood. I grew up where you could have a fight and have to worry about no gunplay. And I'm only 53 years old and I remember that time. And now it ain't like that, no, just like that. That goddamn internet. The internet has put a spirit in people. The internet, and that's everything included on the internet, from all the way down from your bank, your debit card, and your buying and selling from the bank, to Facebook, to Instagram, everything dealing with the internet, the www, the World Wide Web. That's all of this, YouTube, Facebook, to everything. It's a plague, it's a disease, it's a sickness, it's an illness upon mankind. I compare it to the crack epidemic and how it destroyed the black community. This internet is worse than the crack epidemic that destroyed the black community. We never recovered from that. The black family is forever destroyed. Black love, black unity is forever destroyed because of the crack epidemic. Well, now, I say this internet is worse than the crack epidemic because it had destroyed not just one community, the entire world. Crack devastated the black community. The internet devastated mankind. This internet got it the way ain't nobody's shit. Ain't nobody worth a damn. Everybody fake. Everybody putting on for this goddamn internet. It's got everybody worried about what everybody think about it, what somebody else think, how I look, am I fat, am I skinny, my skin, BBLs, whatever, to look good, because this thing here got you believing you ain't good enough. This thing got you comparing yourself to other people. The way you think you ain't good enough the way you are. You need to look like Kim Kardashian. You need to look like this. You need to be like that. You need to have this. This internet got men hating women. This internet got women hating men. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I'm just giving you my view. This internet is pure evil. And I'm participating in it. I'm not pointing the finger at y'all. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. That's how I know. That's how I know. You know, it takes one to know one. That's how I know, because I'm in it too. I'm caught up too. That's how I'm able to tell you. This is a spirit. This is possessing us. We're all possessed by this thing. This internet. All types of demons. Some good spirits too. I ain't gonna say that they're all demons, but the majority, wickedness. We're possessed. Evil inspirations. Evil imaginations. We even got children out here because of this thing, unaliving themselves because this thing told them, you ugly. Some evil spirit disguised as another child told another child that you're ugly, you're stupid, and they unalive themselves because of this damn wicked, evil ass internet. We've all already. You can talk about you love Jesus all you want to. You have received the mark of the beast. What you're waiting on to be a 666 on your forehead? You Christians who judging me, you have received the mark of the beast. Because you have something that without it, you can't buy, sell, or trade. Look in your Bible. And what does it describe the mark of the beast as? Those who do not receive the mark of the beast will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. You cannot buy, sell, or trade without the internet. Now, big boy, I use cash. Your cash is in the bank, fool. And they're doing away with cash. But even with cash, you don't get paid with a check no more. Who get a check on Friday? You get paid direct deposit. You don't see no cash. You see an electronic transfer. Your job electronically transferred a so-called currency to your bank. And you need to use the internet to get it out. Without that internet, you can't get your so-called cash as you say you're spending. You got to have the internet to withdraw your cash, because your cash is in the internet. You, my friend, even if you're spending cash, have received the mark of the beast. The only people who don't have it is the people who are not participating in this society. And that's only a handful of people that have went off the grid and said, I'm not participating, I will grow my own food, I will live off the land, I ain't buying nothing, I ain't selling nothing. They're growing their own. They're out there in the woods hunting and killing rabbits or whatever. They're not going to the grocery store. They're not doing nothing that we're doing. In other words, living off the grid. The rest of us, Christian or not, Muslim or not, we all have received the mark of the beast, because we can't buy, sell, or trade without this goddamn internet. The internet is the mark of the beast. The beast is the world system, the world government, the world kingdoms. The beast that the Bible speaks about is the world government, the world system, and the mark of the beast, which what connects the whole entire world, the world system, the world government, what connects it all together, the mark of the beast, is that. I'm guilty. You guilty. May God forgive us all. For we knew not what we do. Because we were deceived. We were lied to. We were misled by plants. We were misled by religion. We were misled by fake false prophets that wasn't telling you the truth. To watch out for this son of a bitch. This the mark of the beast. He already here. We sitting around waiting on the Antichrist to appear, and he already here. We sitting around waiting on the mark of the beast to show up, and it's already here. We around here waiting on the beast to come up out the ocean. But the beast been here. According to Big Ward. Call me crazy if you want to. This goddamn thing here has deceived us all. Any type of evil and wickedness you want to participate in, any type of whatever the Bible describes as sin you want to participate in is right there at your fingertips. A child. And it's so deep to where now you got children with their own phones. I'm guilty. My son has his own phone. He's 13 years old, and he been had one just because we want to be able to keep in touch with him. His phone a lot. My son be on the internet, YouTube, whatever, just like me and everybody else. He's autistic, but the children that are not, that's into that type thing, if they want to go and look at some porn, your 12-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever age they are, if they're interested in porn, they can pull it up on the internet on this thing right here. And they got their own access to it. They're in their rooms, they're at school, they're over their friend's house, you know where they at, what they doing. If they decide they want to watch some porn, they can just pull it up and watch it for free. Now these so-called politicians claiming they trying to make it where you got to have an age restriction, show ID with. No. You even got sites on here for the sick and extra perverted if you want to watch children. You know. The pedos. You can pull it up right here. Tell me that ain't the beast. Tell me that ain't pure evil and wickedness that we are participating in and didn't even think about it like that. Y'all probably never thought about it until you just heard it. This shit here, pure evil. And I'm guilty. Am I going to stop? Probably not. Because I'm caught up. I'm caught up in making money. I'm caught up and I don't want to be broke and all that. And I need the money. I got faith in God, but I still need some money. And I'm not judged. I'm not past. I'm guilty. Dear God, I'm guilty. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not pointing the finger. I'm telling y'all, we're all guilty, including me. What we're going to do, I don't know. But our ass in trouble. This internet had destroyed us. Right up under our noses. We didn't even see it coming. They got us. The evil one got us. Could that be why the world seems like hell right now? Because it is. Because we all received the mark of the beast. And we're living out Revelation right now. Congratulations. Get it, got it good. Bye.